Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich Poland. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we were at war with Ukraine, because they decided to rebel against the Reichspakt. But we were able to secure Brest-Litov for ourselves. 50 political power, compliance more than 40, resistance less than 10. We'll get a nice core on that. We're at 41 factories now. We're getting one off of you. We're not even building any civilian We're not actually building any factories. That's completely my bad. How long has that been the case? The answer is probably too long. Land doctrine bonus. We need to get our way down here as well. Maybe in Crossroads of Europe we might get some more factories. So let's take you next. Okay, we're going to do a big push here. And again, your plan is to push further and just split Hungary in half. You know, break off Budapest from the rest of the country. I don't know if it's going to be enough for us to actually win this war, women's suffrage. Look, I understand that women need to vote and all that, but it's not as important as reforming Middle Europa and by proxy allowing me to annex Galicia, or at least hopefully annex Galicia. 95, 51, 53... Okay, there we go. And we also took Budapest. Fantastic. I think we've already lost more men fighting the Hungarians than we ever did fighting against the Ukrainians. How is this war going now, though? Hungary is down to 25%. They don't have any actual victory points up here. So where do we target next? You're worth 3 victory points, so I guess we kind of go in this direction. But you're going to be moving units here as well. Because you're worth 1 victory point. You're worth 5. We'll probably have to end up crossing a river here, which is not my ideal. But I think a push like this is really the only thing that makes sense for us. 82%, we're looking pretty good. That's going to be 8% of victory points between these two cities. And that should secure us the victory. Okay, 3 infantry. We're going to sign you into Orange Army. I would like some aluminum. We'll get that from Germany, Asia. Again, I see no reason to trade with Russia or the Commune of France because that would just make them stronger. And that, I think, goes without saying, would be bad for us. We're at 71% world tension now. We're so close to 100. Or not 175, I should say. We're getting closer and closer by the day. Fall of Bhutan Rouge. Who's winning actually over there? I mean, MacArthur is taking over the Dominican Union State, but the CSA is taking over most of the coastline. Okay, the SRI has been annexed. Absolutely, that is fantastic news for us. Because, I mean, they got Belgium and they got Switzerland. Both great gains for Paris. But they lost Italy. And that has to hurt. Because hopefully, I mean, one of you, either maybe you'll unify and then... What the hell? Bohemia, what the hell is this? Anyways, as I was saying, they might unify. Maybe they'll become neutral. Maybe they'll join the Reichspakt. Either way would be quite nice for us. Wait, can you do these focuses? Yes, okay. I mean, these are some funky looking borders, but they'll probably get resolved sooner rather than later. I'm hoping. Denver's fallen. Is MacArthur going to collapse before they can actually kill the American Union State? I think there's actually a decent chance that happens. Okay, 4 divisions. We're going to assign you to Red Army. Yeah, we have 2,000 artillery pieces now. I don't need this many. You know what? I'll actually give some away. Have 250 artillery pieces. I don't need this many. At least not right now. I appreciate it. Give me a research slot. I appreciate it, but it's not quite what we need, or what I need. Practice efficiency cap goes up by 2%. Oh, that's actually not bad. Yeah, we leveled up the railroad. I mean, producing the practice efficiency cap by all of that's going to be like a 25% boost, which seems pretty good. We're at 41 factories. How much longer do we have on this? I think we have like a year and a half still, so build cheap housing. Force popularity for the monarchy. I mean, what are we at right now in terms of our popularity? 52%. I mean, it's pretty good. Germans are now back up to 14% control of the economy. Oh wait, no, they didn't have these modifiers anyways. Okay, excellent. I guess we got rid of those once we reformed the economy earlier. Well, I'll definitely take that. So now I'm just waiting on Germany to do reform Middle Europa, so that we can continue down our path here. And what are they doing right now? Experimental research. Italy has joined the Moscow Accord. Sicily joined the Reichs. Okay, well, I mean, I knew that they could join the Moscow Accord. I know that's a thing that national Italy could do. I wasn't expecting them to do it, you know, so quickly. That is more what I'm surprised by. We're at 77% world tension. Okay, so the second Weltkrieg is it's on its way. How many troops do you have? 7 to 42. Sicily's at 19. Will Austria join the war day one because a member of the Moscow Accord borders them? I'm not really too sure, to be quite honest with you. Okay, see, Germany put troops on the Russian border. That makes sense. I'm assuming that it was Russia that is doing the justification, because they've left the entire border of France completely exposed. So I'm going to focus my efforts on dealing with the Internationale. Germany can deal with the Russian front. That's fine. I'm going to worry about what the French are up to. Resource gain per oil would be pretty nice. You know what? We're almost in 1940. I'll take a resource bonus. Follow you up with... You know, give me a recon company boost as well. I would be pretty happy with that outcome. What about Lithuania? They're paternal autocrats, so I think they should be pro-Berlin and not rebel against us. Start reforming land usage. What does that actually do for us? I'm assuming this is not going to... I'm assuming it's not going to, they're not going to rebel against us. So we don't need to send troops over there. Or at least that's my hope. It might not actually be true. It's just my my desire. We'll go 38 on an engineering company as well. Next up, do we care about any of you? Honestly, I think none of this actually matters at this point. How long until this is done? 553 days. We control enough of the economy. We would get 100 political power. I mean, a 15% stability boost would be nice. The monarchy popularity, I guess, isn't really that important. Unless you provide some other bonuses. But I don't think you do. The money behind the kingdom. The tabloid secret detective is infamous for publishing details of crime and scandals in Poland. Its sensationalist style led to it quickly rising in prominence, following the liberalization of the previous restrictions on the press. Most often is merely entertainment in poor taste, graphic descriptions of murder, suggested gossip from high society, and so on. But the magazine being criticized particularly vehemently by the church and the political right. Their most serious article thus far was published on last Tuesday, where they published very specific details about certain ministers, senators, and judges taking bribes from Levitian's associates. Well, corruption is nothing new, and in this case is entirely of a new scale. If the magazine's claims are true, then it seems that WWII, the Association of Polish Investment Industrialists, that are among the most powerful lobbies in the Polish politics, have been conducting large-scale bribing of government officials to push their anti-regulatory and anti-worker rights agenda. In part, it was an open secret, but the scale of it and its sensationalist style of it was creative publicity that is causing quite a stir among the people. At worst, this could empower our opposition greatly. 85 political power, and we get a 10% boost on our popularity support. I would be happy with that for sure. Do we have anybody? You know what? First, early mobilization, and now we'll take a negative 85. So now, how many factories are you using? We're using 9. You'll be done on the 15th of November. We'll get one more military factory, which would be quite nice. We're at 17,024. If we occupy territory, does that count towards this number? I'm going to have to assume the answer is no, but I can't actually tell you definitively. if that's the case. Also, Serbia is socialist. Are they going to join the International, or are they going to join the Moscow Pact, the Moscow Accord? I can't imagine that's the case. I can see Romania doing it, Greece doing it as well. But I mean, if they're socialists, I don't think they will. I don't think they'll join. Maybe they'll join the International. I could see that happening if, you know, maybe Austria and Paris are at war. But I'm actually not too sure. We've never done socialist Serbia, so I can't actually tell you what their options are. We have 12,000 rifles. We actually need more trucks. We'll throw another factory on trucks. And you know what? Because we have so many guns. 25 days. You know what? Let's have a military exercise with the Belarusians. I don't know if that makes any difference whatsoever who we do this with. Okay, you know what? I'll send 500 infantry equipment. I have so much of it, I should be okay. And you know what? Don't even send me shippings right now. And you know what? We still have a lot of artillery, so send them some more stuff there. Okay, Georgia joined the Reichspakt. The second Weltkrieg has now begun with a Russian invasion of the east. Any more options down here? Lands in Vienna. I guess we'll do. Let's address the land issue. Maybe we'll get some good bonuses there, or maybe we'll at least get something. I don't know. Okay, so we'll go with you next. I mean, I'm sure Paris is just, preparing to go to war as well. Because we got some German divisions up here. Okay, we're not at war with Russia as well. How many troops do they have? 114 to 238. Again, Russia, or Finland is part of Russia. They got annexed. Ukraine is at, or not Ukraine, Sweden's at war as well. I mean, we're already pushing our way into Russia, which is kind of nice for us. Are you at war with anybody else? I mean, you're at war with Azerbaijan, but that's not really saying too much. Grumbling in the Senate. As the Land Consolidation Act is being prepared, some sections of it have raised much alarm, especially in the Senate. Newly formed Prime Minister Shlowatsky insists on the quite large concessions from the Silesia and argues that to keep the support of the peasants, the MKP must abandon its typical favoritism for the land magnates and instead rely on wider support from the countryside. While not radical compared to what the opposition is proposing, Shlowatsky's plan could lead to drastic cuts in many large estate shares. To oppose these plans, large amount of senators from the ruling parties have presented a prime minister with a demand is to moderate his proposal or face a full-blown parliamentary revolt. You know what? Let's see. We're going to double down on this. Again, we're the biggest party in the legislation by far. So we got a war going down here. Italian forces are immediately... Okay, they're actually doing very, very well for themselves. The Italian Republic is actually doing very well. Which is a little worrying for me. You know what? I'm going to reposition our units. I'm going to have these troops defend the north coastline from any potential British invasion, which could easily happen. Red Army, we're going to send you to Russia. Deploy these units over here. I mean, that's a shit ton of international soldiers. Which does scare me, don't get me wrong. Indochina is about to collapse. 266,000. Germany's Asia's actually lost a lot of troops here. But our units are now on their way. Let's see if we can take these 3 supply hubs from the Russians. So that's going to be kind of my my initial objective here. I mean, Russia doesn't have that many units. I mean, at most 126 is not a ton. Also, I guess we should be sending our spies to build networks in Russia now. And let's just hope that the International just kind of calms down a little bit. The fate of the cabinet. After Prime Minister Shlowatsky refused to moderate his plan for the Land Consolidation Act, the Shem has been in a standstill. A large amount of the MKP and the CHZJ senators are refusing to support Shlowatsky. Even though he enjoys thin support from the lower house, according to the Polish constitution, the Prime Minister cannot be voted out. But he also cannot enact laws without support from both houses. As Shlowatsky seems uncompromising, the only path forward is his resignation or his dismissal by the king. In the Privy Council, the king is urged to remove the peasant minister and to appoint someone more politically responsible. Esachi Svetia, a long-term senator from the MKP and a prominent eminent noblemen to boot, as since this is not next prime minister. Alternatively, the king might leverage to create a compromise between society and the nobility. We can dismiss you, which reduces our popularity. You know what? Let's do a backroom deal. I think we need the support of the peasants if we want to maintain a long-term approach here. I have 3 infantry. Can I train more units? I'm training 2 more tank divisions. We have 11,000 guns. We can train up more divisions as well. So we 29. So we go up to 20. Yeah, we can get these units without taking a penalty. I'm going to deploy these tanks right away. I'm going to set you into Red Army, with you 2 going back to support Orange Army. And again, this is just to prepare for a potential naval invasion from the British, which is something that I could easily see happening. Okay, so the Swedish front up here. I don't expect too much is going to be going on up there. Fall of Rome. I mean, the Italian Republic's just done fantastic for themselves. They did have a German naval invasion, and that's nice. And now France at war with Germany. So the second Weltkrieg absolutely is now completely in full swing. So with the war to end all wars on its way, I think this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoying, thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.